The views and opinions expressed in To the Point are those of the host of the program and its guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of WGTE Public Media.
Homelessness is one of those situations that's always right in our peripheral vision. We walk by folks selling newspapers on the corners. We hear about people dying in subways in large cities because people are afraid of someone who is homeless. We think about people who are homeless as not doing all they can do to change the status of their lives and expecting the rest of the country to solve their issues for them. That's really an unfortunate perception. What Michael Hart said today, and Michael Hart is the executive director of the Toledo Lucas County Homelessness Board and one of our guests on the show. What Michael Hart said was amazingly simplistic in its direction for addressing this issue. What Michael said was, these people don't need your judgment. What they need from us all is the recognition that they are human beings. We don't know what put them in the situation that they are in. We don't know if they've had a death in the family. We don't know if they've had a landlord who was unsympathetic. We don't know if they're running from domestic violence. That's the point. We don't know, and therefore we shouldn't judge. I learned, as I learn on all of these shows, I learned such amazing things today about what it takes to make this country better. And it always seems to boil down to reaching out to each other, trusting each other, learning how to trust each other. We don't have a clue how to begin to do that most often. And understanding that at any given moment, we could be walking in the shoes of that person that we choose to judge. Michael said also a point that you will read in any article that you read about homelessness, and that is that most Americans are closer to being homeless than not. Think about that for a moment. What happens if you can't make your mortgage payment for 3 months in a row? What happens if you go to work today and you find out that you are unemployed because you've been laid off? What do? Who are you at that point? Chances are good that you will become a homeless person. I bring these facts to your attention for one purpose only. We've got to reach out and help those who are in situations in which we hope never to find ourselves. We can change the condition of homelessness in this country. We have to hold our elected officials accountable. You will hear today, if you watch this show, and I certainly hope that you do, that much of the condition of homelessness is policy driven. Policies that have deliberately caused this condition to exist. So let's hold our elected officials accountable. Let's buy those papers from the guy on the corner. And most of all, let's try really, really hard not to judge those whom we don't know, whom we don't understand, and whose shoes we have never walked in. I hope that you will watch this episode of To the Point.